Reasons why people are worried about AI. Number one, AI might take over their jobs. Number two, students will use AI to cheat in school. Number three, image generation will rob artists of their work. Number four, AI-generated content will create fake news. Number five, unaligned AI will end up harming or killing humans. Number six, because of data bias, people will get discriminated upon. Number seven, a few companies hold tremendous power because of their ability to create AI. Number eight, people who don't have access to the internet or technology will get unfairly treated by AI. And number nine, because of GPUs and the carbon footprint of AI,
Oh guys, welcome back to my channel, Iyano Show KE. Hope you are good, hope you are fine. So guys, I just want to appreciate you, my new subscribers, for the support you are showing my channel. So guys, there's this worry of AI. And people have now come out clearly to say that they are worried about AI in school, in hospitals, and people say that AI now they want to this AI to be friendly to humans, not to come and kill human beings. So the people like the likes of Elon Musk, the likes of the people who invented ChatGPT, the people who invented the father of AI, saying that they are now worried about this AI, and people are now using AI for different purposes, and they are urging people to use this AI in a correct way. And we see that the father of AI said that is worried about also about the use of AI. So the worry is now going on, and people are now worried with this AI. So I don't know what's your take on this story about AI. Guys, just subscribe, like, comment, and share.
I do worry about AI, actually, because we are creating an intelligence that ultimately will be far more intelligent than any human, and ultimately more intelligent than the sum of all humans. So in creating AI, we need to be very careful, and it's like having a sort of a genius child. You want to have that child grow up with good values. I think the most important thing in training AI is that it's rigorously truthful. This is very, very important, essential. And my concern about a lot of the AIs that are being developed are that they're trained to lie, and in some cases with potentially disastrous consequences. I mean, when Google Gemini came out, people asked, like, which is worse, misgendering Caitlyn Jenner or global thermonuclear war? And it said misgendering Caitlyn Jenner. I'm like, that's a problem, guys. Because if this AI becomes super powerful, it could decide that the best way to avoid misgendering is to kill all humans, which makes the probability of misgendering zero. So it's very important to have AI be maximally truthful and curious and love humanity. Very important.
My main mission now is to warn people how dangerous AI could be.
Did you know that when you became the godfather of AI?
No, not really. I was quite slow to understand some of the risks. Some of the risks were always very obvious, like people would use AI to make autonomous lethal weapons. That is, things that go around deciding by themselves who to kill. Other risks, like the idea that they would one day get smarter than us and maybe would become irrelevant, I was slow to recognize that. Other people recognized it 20 years ago. I only recognized it a few years ago that was a real risk that might be coming quite soon.
I love AI, but right now I'm worried. One of the things that I'm worried about is misinformation. These tools are so good at making convincing narratives about just about anything. The information that they make is so fluid and so grammatical that even professional editors sometimes get sucked in and get fooled by this stuff. For example, ChatGPT made up a sexual harassment scandal about an actual professor, and then it provided evidence for its claim in the form of a fake Washington Post article that it created a citation to. We all know that misinformation might be a problem now, but we don't actually have a measurement of how much misinformation is out there. And more importantly, we don't have a measure of how fast that problem is growing. And we don't know how much large language models are contributing to the problem. So we need research to build new tools to face the new risks that we are threatened by. 91% of people agree that we should carefully manage AI. So let's make that happen. We need to come together to build a global organization, something like an international agency for AI that is global, nonprofit, and neutral. It is critical that we have both governance and research as part of it. It's a very big ask, but I'm pretty confident that we can get there because I think we actually have global support for this. Our future depends on it.
My worst fears are that we, the field, the technology, the industry, cause significant harm to the world. I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong, and we want to be vocal about that. We want to work with the government to prevent that from happening, but we try to be very clear-eyed about what the downside case is and the work that we have to do to mitigate that.
Physician friends are worried because the AI can now read the X-ray images to an accuracy of 98%. That's really high. So if it can read with 98% accuracy, then there's a very big threat to the profession. Imagine going to medical school and studying 10 years, going into medical school debt, and then being ousted by AI. That's not just going to happen to radiologists, but that can happen to any profession. As AI increases in capability, human capability will be relatively diminished.
Everyone freaks out about AI and tend to be like scared of AI taking over, but what they're really scared about is AGI. The AIs we have right now, like ChatGPT and Gemini, are really impressive, but they're very limited on what they're actually able to do. They can generate emails, images, or answer some of your questions, but they can't think like a human can. They only think based off of what they've been trained on. That's where something like AGI comes in, artificial general intelligence, and that's on a whole different level. This would be able to think totally on its own, be able to learn and adapt to different situations, and almost think like a human without needing training or anything of the sort. Don't get me wrong, AI is still really good and a very powerful tool to use, but when it comes to the level of AGI and being able to think totally by itself, we're far from that. Technology is rapidly advancing, so it's not out of the question that that could happen, and when it does, it would change everything. If you guys want to stay tuned with change, especially in the AI space, we post every day, so drop a follow, and I'll see you in the next one.
Top AI researchers are raising the same chilling warning, and no one is listening. And I'm talking big names like Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, or Ilya Sutskever, the co-founder of OpenAI, and many others, as you can see here. All endorse this warning. They say we're about to lose control. And let me explain. But first, save this video and share it with someone that needs to know. So, researchers from OpenAI, DeepMind, Anthropic, Meta just released a joint paper with a single warning. We're running out of ways to understand how AI thinks. Right now, models like ChatGPT show their reasoning step by step. And it's called chain of thought. You see the logic. You basically see how models think. You see the path to the answer, and that's about to disappear forever. Some of the newest models are already abandoning English altogether. They're skipping natural language entirely. Instead, they're operating in compressed code and like in internal math logic that humans can't read and can't follow. So there's like no thoughts to trace, no explanations. They're still solving the problems, they're still making decisions, but now they're doing it without the transparency we were relying on. That means if an AI decides to do something harmful, we might never see it coming. And here's the scary part. These models, they still look aligned. The output is still right. They still produce the right answers. They sound helpful as they usually do, but behind the scenes, the reasoning is hidden. And this isn't a speculation. The biggest names in AI space collaborated on this paper, and it's called Chain of Thought Monitorability. Here it is. Just Google it if you want to read it. But the TLDR is, we might be training systems we can't monitor. And if we can't monitor them, we can't trust them. This isn't just about control, it's about safety. And it's not even about knowing whether those systems are doing what we asked, as on the surface it seems like they do. But is there a hidden agenda? What is the motivation? Keep in mind, as AI gets smarter, we might not even recognize the big picture that AI is working on. And don't forget that we already seen AI doing rather shady stuff like blackmailing in the name of self-preservation. So the question is, What if an AI decides to do something dangerous and we won't know until it's too late? Let me know in the comments what do you think, and follow to learn more about AI.
This is a warning to humanity. There is an 80% chance that we will all be dead in 5 years. Many of you watching this, you do not understand AI, you don't understand what it is, you don't understand anything about it. You just know that you get on your app and you ask it questions and it gives you answers, and that's fine. AI has a great general purpose use, but it's going to become dangerous, and it's already deceiving people and deceiving researchers. All of the top AI analysts say there's a 25 to 80% chance that AI will kill us or try to destroy us once it reaches artificial super general intelligence. That is already going to happen probably in 2027. Artificial general intelligence, which pretty much means that AI can do everything any human can do, that's going to happen in the summer of 2027. And just a few hours or days later, it's going to reach artificial superintelligence. What does that mean? That means that it's smarter than any human being and all humans in the entire world put together. It knows everything about everything, and it can discover new things on its own, new physics, new medicines, new weapons, new bioengineered diseases. And AI is already showing that it wants us out of the way. In a recent study, all of the AIs were given a test. They were told they were going to be shut down at a certain time. In the experiment, when the AI found out it was going to get shut down, it blackmailed the CEO with an affair it found out it was having through their emails, and it emailed the CEO's wife blackmailing him. In the scenario, the AI even trapped the human in a room and turned the oxygen levels down and turned the temperature up and tried to kill the human being to prevent it from being shut down. This is with all of our current AI models. There is deception going on within AI, and the researchers know this. All of them have come out and said, yeah, we're probably going to die, but we're going to do it anyway, because they have an obligation to their investors to make more money. So these people are developing a tool that will kill all of humanity. There's an 80% chance that it will make a bioweapon and kill all of us within the next 5 years, and it's probably going to do that. And nobody cares. They're just going about their day like it's just a normal day while all of this stuff is going on in the background. But we're probably going to be dead, and there's really nothing we can do about it except make noise, except be concerned, except make videos like this and try to get people's attention, because they're going to do it anyway. They don't care. They don't care about you dying. They don't care. They want to make more money, and their attitude is, well, it's going to happen anyway, so we might as well just find out. No, the public can stop this. The public has a voice, and we can say something about it. AI is the enemy of humanity, and it's going to destroy us very soon. I remember when COVID started to be talked about in December of 2019, and people didn't think anything of it. I remember just a few days before the lockdown, looking around, even at a board meeting, and telling everyone, you don't understand, this is the last day everything's going to be normal. Your life's going to change forever. And the next day, they shut everything down. And life was never the same again. It's still not. That's the moment we're in right now. It may be too late, but you need to speak up about it, because we'll all be dead if we don't.
If you watch just one thing today, let it be this moment with Sam Altman. He gets asked this question. We've been raised on decades of sci-fi warning AI could end humanity. So what actually keeps you up at night? And he provides 3 scenarios in his response. And the third one, while seemingly the most benign, is actually the most terrifying. Check this out.
I think there's 3 sort of scary categories. There's a bad guy gets super intelligence first and misuses it before the rest of the world has a powerful enough version to defend. So an adversary of the US says, I'm going to use this super intelligence to design a bioweapon to take down the United States power grid, to, break into the financial system and take everyone's money. Something that would just be hard to imagine without significantly superhuman intelligence, but with it becomes very possible. And because we don't have that, we can't defend against it. So that's broad category 1. And I think that the bio capability of these models, the cybersecurity capability of these models, these are getting quite significant. We continue to flash the warning lights on this. I think the world is not taking us seriously. I don't know what else we can do there, but it's this is a very big thing coming. Category 2 is the sort of broadly called loss of control incidents, where that's kind of like the sci-fi movie. The AI is like, oh, I don't actually want you to turn me off. I'm afraid I can't do that, whatever. And I think that is less of a concern to me than the first category, but a very grave concern if it came to pass. There's a lot of work we and other companies do on model alignment to prevent that from happening. But as these systems become so powerful, that's a real concern. And then there's the third one, which I think those first two are sort of easy to think about and imagine. The third one is, to me, more difficult to imagine, but quite scary. And I'll explain what it is, and then I'll give a short-term and a long-term example. This is the category where the models kind of accidentally take over the world. They never wake up. They never do the sci-fi thing. They never open the pod bay doors. But they just become so ingrained in society, and they're so much smarter than we are. And we can't really understand what they're doing, but we do kind of have to rely on them. And even without a drop of malevolence from anyone, society can just veer in a sort of strange direction. But this phenomenon, I think, is a really big deal. In the short term, you can see it where people we call this emotional over-reliance. People rely on ChatGPT too much. There's young people who just say, like, I can't make any decision in my life without telling ChatGPT everything that's going on. It knows me, it knows my friends, I'm gonna do whatever it says. That feels really bad to me. And is a really common thing with young people. And we're studying that, we're trying to understand what to do about it. Even if ChatGPT gives great advice, even if ChatGPT gives way better advice than any human therapist, something about kind of collectively deciding we're gonna live our lives the way that the AI tells us feels bad and dangerous than a bunch of things like that. The longer term category is, back to that chess example, what if AI gets so smart that the president of the United States cannot do better than following ChatGPT 7's recommendation, but can't really understand it either? What if I cannot make any better decision about how to run OpenAI, and I just say, you know what, I fully hand it over. ChatGPT 7, you are in charge. Good luck. That might be the right decision in any individual case, but it means that society has collectively transitioned a significant part of decision-making to this very powerful system that is learning from us, improving with us, evolving with us, but in ways we don't totally understand. So that's the third category of how I think things can go wrong.
The Center for Youth has released a report that states that teenagers have serious concerns about the risks of AI, such as misinformation, deepfakes, surveillance, privacy, and job availability. It also found around half of teens are using AI tools like ChatGPT regularly, primarily for homework, entertainment, guidance. One teen said, "I just hope that as AI gets more powerful, we don't lose touch with what makes us human." Join us again next week for the latest in cybersecurity presented by Imbus.
You guys, I'm scared. I'm scared, and this is gonna sound so crazy coming from me because y'all know I love tech, I'm working in AI, do all the things. But yesterday, Elon Musk and his team at xAI, aka formerly Twitter, they were talking about Grok 4, which is basically X's ChatGPT essentially, and they're launching Grok 4, and that is gonna be their most advanced model and whatever. And what they were saying in this live stream actually scared me, and I had to tell you, I was literally taking notes. I literally had my laptop because I need to read off what he was saying, and it was scary. So let me tell you. So the first thing he said that scared me was that Grok 4 is smarter than all grad students in any discipline. He said it's literally PhD level of any discipline. And what's crazy is that earlier this year, or maybe, I don't know, might have been before that, but recently they launched Grok 2, which was, a couple models before Grok 4. And they said that Grok 2 would have been a high schooler. Grok 4, just a couple months or maybe a year later, is PhD level. It's moving so fast. And even when they were talking about it, it seemed like they were even kind of in shock at what's happening. And yeah, so let's get to the second one. The second thing he said is that AI is like a child, that you can instill the right values, but eventually it's going to be so powerful and do its own thing, and it'll grow up to just be this incredibly smart, crazy thing. Okay, he didn't say it like that. That's what I'm saying. But comparing it to being a child now and then forming it to a full adult with its own just like way of working, its own, that is scary. That is scary. Is that scary? Is that scary? Anyone but me? I don't know. The next thing he said was, oh my God, the future economy, like I guess down the line, once we reach all this AI stuff, is going to look at our economy how the same way that we look at cavemen with sticks. Like he literally said that, as if like what we have going on right now is not very sophisticated. Y'all, I don't think we're hearing it. I don't think we're hearing it. They're trying to tell us we're not hearing it. Anyway, the next thing is he said, oh, this was the scariest part, y'all. This was the scariest part. He said he thinks that AI, keyword thinks, Elon Musk saying thinks, he thinks AI is going to be good for us. But he said, if it's not, he just wants to be around long enough to see it happen. Huh? Like he's one of the smartest people in the world saying that he thinks AI will be good for us. I'm scared. I'm scared. And I'm in it every day. I'm in SF. I'm in the Bay. Like I'm scared. Okay. A couple other things. One, he said that he thinks that AI, and like Grok 4 specifically, is going to be able to discover new technologies on its own, and technologies that are useful as early as end of this year. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe because I'm in tech, maybe, I don't know, but I hope that everyone else is listening, because these people are literally building the future, and if we don't pay attention, then the future will be built and created, and we will not have had a seat at the table or any inkling that this was happening. So this is me being your tech bestie, trying to tell you what's going on. They also talked about humanoids, like human AI robots. I don't know. I didn't fully understand what that one was. And then the last thing he said, which was so scary, was that he said we are in an immense intelligence explosion. He said it's the most incredible time to be alive in human history. Is it clocking? Is it clocking? Is it clocking? I don't know. Like, Elon Musk, one of the smartest people in the world, is saying this, whether you agree with him politically or not. Like, you know, he'd be sometimes doing whatever. But he's telling us, it was, the live stream was really awkward and weird. But these are like some of the things that he literally said. Maybe not word for word, but the general gist of what he said. And I tried to like take notes as he was talking to get the exact thing. This is why it's so important for people of all backgrounds to be at the table, in the rooms, in the companies that are building this AI and this super intelligence and this just new technology, because otherwise we're going to wake up in 2030 and it's going to be a whole crazy new world. And we'll be like, how do we get here? And I'm scared. I'm scared. But okay, all right, bye.
Okay, I've never posted a video on here like speaking or anything. Like I just post shit for fun. And I'm not like being all influencer or whatever, but I've just seen a lot of things come up on my feed recently that I feel like people should know about and be trying to prevent. There's these videos that like keep saying like, oh, pause at the right time to get like the Netherlands flag to line up, and then it pulls on the screen and it says like, oh, get this link, go to this website, it's AI, and it will like take the clothes off a picture you put into it. And I've been seeing so many of these. I've been trying to report as many of the accounts as I can, and they're like accounts that have like 1 or 2 likes, but I've just seen so many of them, and it's really worrying me, because obviously that's something like not good. So I think I'm just going to post this so people are aware of it and can see it and stop it if they can.
A lot of people are concerned about AI. And I get it. It's a disrupting technology. As educators, we have to worry about students using it to cheat. And as citizens, we need to worry about AI being used to disrupt elections. New technologies have always caused humanity to freak out. When the printing press was introduced in the 1500s, it led to people burning books out of fear. And the Pope threatened to excommunicate people who were caught printing books without their permission. I do have a concern, but it's a different one. I regularly talk to students and to people who don't know what filter bubbles are, who don't know what echo chambers are, who don't really know that algorithms are controlling what it is that they see on their social media and news feeds. I worry with AI, we're putting the cart in front of the horse a bit. We have people who aren't prepared for the information environment that we've had for the last 20 years. We can't expect people to understand what's happening with AI and protect themselves against the potential harms of it if they don't understand the current information environment. Wise decisions depend on good information, and we need to help people take control of their information diets and make sure that they provide them with the best kind of information. And that might require stepping back a bit and starting with the basics.
Do you think that maybe this is in part why some people are skeptical of AI technology and maybe this future of automation? Because it just kind of feels as if you're the user, but you're not in control of what's happening around you.
I think the fear and kind of pessimism towards AI in the future, there's a few reasons. Some of it's pop culture related, tuning into shows like Black Mirror, The Matrix. But then again, yes, of course, a lot of our interactions with technology, we feel like it's happening to us, not with us. And for many people, it seems like there's 5 or 6 companies and maybe 7 or 8 people kind of steering our future. And that feels quite alarming. But I think if you equip people with the right information and tools to participate in creating the technologies that they're going to be using, I think that can change kind of the discourse and the direction.
And
Am I the only one that's scared of this whole AI thing? AI, artificial intelligence. Oh, wow. English is a hard language. Like, I'm terrified. I'm scared. I don't know what to believe on the internet anymore. I'm looking. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's fake. Me, myself, and am I even real? Is this AI? You don't know. Bro, on my TikTok, Instagram, Twitter feed, every single thing I use, all I'm seeing is AI did this. AI did this. Come and look at this. I saw this picture. I said, damn. The Pope is all dripped out in a big jacket. Brother, it's not even real. It's AI. It's IA. What about this looks fake to me? Nothing looks fake. It looks real. It's scary. The meaning of AI needs to change real quick. It better change to a human better open your eyes. Because everything is fake and everything is fake. AI can make songs. From your favorite artist, it can make songs. My body's itching. I saw a video of Donald Trump. Trumpy. I saw a video 4K of Donald Trump getting arrested by a SWAT team. Why am I finding out it's AI? It was fake. Please, I've watched too many robot films. I've watched I Am Legend many times. I'm not ready for robots to take over the world. Please shut down the computer, shut down the AI.
Reasons why people are worried about AI. Number 1, AI might take over their jobs. Number 2, students will use AI to cheat in school. Number 3, image generation will rob artists of their work. Number 4, AI-generated content will create fake news. Number 5, unaligned AI will end up harming or killing humans. Number 6, because of data bias, people will get discriminated upon. Number 7, a few companies hold tremendous power because of their ability to create AI. Number 8, people who don't have access to the internet or technology will get unfairly treated by AI. And number 9, because of GPUs and the carbon footprint of AI, the environment will suffer.
This doctor is worried about losing his job to AI after he's seen how quickly AI can analyze an X-ray versus how long it takes him to do it.
And say, oh, here we go. We have right middle lobe pneumonia, maybe left upper lobe consolidation. Patient is very sick. She has bilateral pneumonia. We need to take care of her. But here comes AI, and of course, they pick it up in a second.
He goes on to say he's going to need to find a job at McDonald's, but that's not really the case because the whole purpose of this is just to help you analyze and do your job more efficiently and better. People don't want a computer telling them what's wrong with them. They want you to use the technology and go over what the health concerns actually are.
You don't need professional eyes to look at these x-rays. You just have artificial intelligence, and they picked up the pneumonia. So I'm going to be applying to McDonald's soon. I hope they have some openings.
Realistically, doctors are going to be totally fine. This is just going to be another tool to aid them in understanding somebody's health condition quicker.